The biggest mistake people make about casinos is thinking they're designed to take your money. Because if that were true, casinos would only care about gamblers. But they don't. In fact, some of the most valuable people inside a casino aren't even gambling. So what exactly are casinos trying to get from you? And why do they spend billions of dollars every year trying to get it? Walk into almost any casino, and you'll notice something strange. Everything feels alive. Lights flash, machines ring, people celebrate. There's movement in every direction. It's almost impossible to look at just one thing, because casinos understand something most businesses don't. The harder it is to ignore something, the harder it is to walk away from it. But surprisingly, the lights aren't the interesting part, because casinos spend millions on something most people never even notice, something that's missing. Think about the last store you walked into. You probably saw a clock, a window, a reminder that the outside world exists. Casinos are different. Many casinos remove those reminders completely. And once you notice it, a much bigger question appears. Why would a business care whether you know what time it is? But even that isn't the weirdest part. Because casinos only wanted people to keep playing, they could just put games everywhere. Instead, many casinos are designed like giant puzzles, twisting paths, endless rows of machines, rooms connected to other rooms, and somehow, the thing you're looking for always seems a little farther away than expected, which raises another question. Why make the building confusing? Then there are the drinks, the comfortable chairs, the temperature, the lighting, the music. Individually, none of those things seem important, but casinos keep investing millions into them anyway. Why? Because all of them are connected to the same goal. At least, that's what most people assume. And then there are the machines, the real stars of the casino floor. Bright flashes, rapid sounds, tiny rewards, near misses, moments that feel unbelievably close to winning. And strangely, those near misses can be more powerful than actual wins because they create a feeling that the next spin might be different, the next hand might be different, the next decision might be the one. But here's the part most people miss. The machines, the lights, the layout, the drinks, none of them exist for their own purpose. They're all solving the same problem. And this is where the entire casino suddenly makes sense. Most people think casinos are trying to get your money, but money is only the outcome. The thing casinos want first is your attention. Because attention becomes time, and time becomes decisions, and decisions become money. That's why the clocks disappear. That's why the layout feels endless. That's why the machines never stop demanding your focus. Every detail inside a casino is competing for one thing: a little more of your attention, a little more of your time. Because the longer they keep those two things, the more likely everything else becomes. And once you realize that, you stop seeing casinos as places full of games. You start seeing them as giant attention machines disguised as entertainment. So the next time you walk into a casino, pay attention to what it's trying to win from you, because it might not be what you think. And if you enjoy uncovering the hidden systems behind everyday things, subscribe, because there's always another secret hiding in plain sight.